Hi Aries, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Aries, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you've got the Hanged Man, right? And I'm taking this to mean you are on the home stretch. Hang on in there, all right? You're very, very close to, we're literally on the precipice of Aries season. This is not just your season, but it's also the birth or the rebirth or the birthday of the zodiac. For those of you that are celebrating on the 20th of April, if this is your solar return, right at the very end of this week, a happy damn birthday to you. I truly hope you have a wonderful solar return, and I really hope that you fill the day of your birthday with a little bit of everything that you want this next year ahead to have in it for you. With that said, for the Hanged Man, like I said, this is a moment of literally hanging on in there, right? You're so close to your own season. This is where your energy, your vitality is all coming back into the fold. It's where you're going to start to feel a lot better than you have in a long while. With that said, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves ya. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share. And if you should so choose and this resonates, hit that subscribe button. For your actions and options, you have the 9 of Swords. So this is a lot of needless worry, right? And, you know, it can at the moment feel like maybe you're driving with the brakes on. The other thing with the 9 of Swords, and this isn't me, like, I'm not saying, oh, you know, all your problems are going to melt away when the sun magically moves into Aries. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is at the moment things probably seem quite bleak for a lot of you, because that 9 of Swords, it is you worrying and stressing about something. For some of you, it could just literally be that you have like a lack of sleep, or there's a delayed you know, there's a delayed response to all of the relaxation that you're trying to do at this moment in time. Just hang on in there, I think, is what I really want to say to you. The thing is with the 9 of Swords as well, because this is about what you do, you could be coming across as a lot more nervous or a lot more unsure this week than people are used to seeing you. So find a way to, you know, to manage that, you know, not even for anybody else, but for yourself more than anything else. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Ace of Pentacles. Nice. All right. So for those of you that are planning to have, let's do it in sequence, Raf. For those of you that are studying, for those of you that are students, this is a really good time for you to start thinking about what the next year looks like for you academically. This would be a really good week for you to start putting some plans together. It would be a really good week to put that nervous energy into something constructive, and that is looking at your next year ahead. For some of you, so if you're employed or even if you're a student, actually, this could be a week where you are having job interviews, where you're having actual interviews, maybe checking out campuses, all of that kind of stuff could be taking place. For those of you that are self-employed, business owners, etc., this is a really good week to start thinking about where you can outsource, where can you get help, where can you get assistance, where is it that you can maybe draw on other people's resources in order to shore up or strengthen your own. This is actually a week where taking a minute to consider what you actually need and then building a pathway or a bridge towards it could be very good. This card does suggest a boost to the finances through the work, through the studies in some way, shape or form, but it's going to give its goods slowly and over time. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, this would be a really good time to think about ways that you can strengthen and enhance the physical body. The physical self needs to be looked after. For your love and relations, you have the Queen of Swords. So you've got this Queen of Swords under the 9 of Swords. So I'm really sorry to say, but for those of you that are partnered, married or in long-term commitments, it does look like this could be a week of arguments, challenges and disputes. And a big part of that is coming from the fact that you're not really operating at your best. And this isn't an attack or to say like, well, you know, you're not at your best, so you're the one that's causing the argument. It's not that at all. It's just that this week you may be a little bit more sensitive or a little bit more reactive than you usually are. And there's an explanation for that. The sun is literally moving, certainly from your ascendant, for those of you that are ascendants, to a lesser degree the sun and the moon, but still very relevant because we're talking about your sun sign, right? The sun is moving right up to the last degrees of the sign before yours, which means there is literally no darker time of the year for you than this moment in time, because the sun hasn't reached your sign yet and it's very much at the end of the zodiac. So you're experiencing this as quite heavy, which means you're a little bit more tetchy, you're a little bit more sort of nervous, a little bit more pepped up. And you know, we all have it. We all have it. With that, when it comes to love, relationships and partnerships, for those of you that are in committed relationships, this would be a really good week to find a way to open the lines of communication and to keep things as balanced and fair as you possibly can. For those of you that are single and looking, if I'm honest, I mean, the good thing about this week could be that if you meet somebody, they're going to see you at definitely not your best, all right? And if they can handle you and like you at this moment in time, they're going to love you when the sun comes into Aries and when you get your mojo back, right? That being said, take it easy, especially for those of you that are thinking about dating within the work pool. I'm always against it because I've seen it ruin lives on both sides, for the people that have to witness it and for the people that are experiencing it. But hey ho, you know, your choices are your choices. For your money and materials, you've got the Tower card. So for some of you, this could literally be spontaneous monies or finances that come into you very unexpectedly. You know, and it could be big money at that, right? So this could come really suddenly in a way that you don't expect, maybe even from a source that you don't expect, right? So that's the good stuff, because we're coupling it with the Ace of Pentacles. The more challenging aspect of this is the Tower. This could be a sudden expense that you really hadn't counted on or banked on. And again, I hope I'm wrong on that front. But if it is an expense, it's going to be a deep one. You know, we're talking anywhere from 750 quid upwards. You know, it's not pleasant, but at the same time, if this is something that you need, this is not a week where you can patch it. You are going to have to just replace. All right. So I'm really sorry to say that. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Tower card, in terms of your physical self, the Tower card could literally, and I touch wood, I truly hope I'm wrong on this, but this could literally be you snap a tendon, you know, like it can be a gnarly accident. And if you couple this with the Ace of Pentacles and with the Hanged Man as the key to the week, watch out for your feet, your toes and your ankles. That whole general area of self this week you really want to be careful with, all right? Now, that being said, it could also be, because the Tower card has the Uranian element to it, this could also be the electrical systems of the body. So you really want to look after your nervous system this week, right? Things that you find calming, things that provide a calming influence for you are going to be very, very important. And then when it comes to your home and environment, this could literally just be some shocking news that comes in that completely turns everything upside down. Now, the beauty of the Tower card is once it's done its job, you know, of ruining and destroying everything, whatever is left can be trusted, right? Whether this is a person, a situation, a place, a job, whatever. At the time, it kind of sucks, right? So just watch out for that. Now, You've got the gate 20 and the now for your full moon message. So this full moon that's happening in the sign of Virgo for you is taking place. And so whenever I talk astrology, remember this is from the ascendant to a lesser degree, but still very relevant, the sun and the moon. So this is happening for you in the 6th house. This is taking place in the space of your body, your physical health and vitality, how you look after and maintain your body. It's also paying attention to how meticulous you are in the area of your everyday routines, right? So this full moon is going to highlight to you where you cut corners. It's going to highlight to you where you're no longer able to cut corners. Pay attention to that message. Be in the now, be in the moment, accept it as it comes. That's the message of your key to the week, right? The Hanged Man is all about acceptance. So this week, let it be what it will be. Let things be highlighted to you as they actually are, and just kind of say, okay, you know what? I'll take it on the chin. It is what it is for now. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.